The DA's office says his office will recommend that the brothers be resentenced, which could make them eligible for parole immediately. The Menendez brothers are both serving a sentence of life in prison without the possibility of parole for the 1989 murders of their parents. Prosecutors decided to review the case after new evidence became available that seemed to support the brothers' claims of sexual abuse at the hands of their father.
Massachusetts Governor Maura Healey just finished up a stop in Greenfield where she announced funding for free public transportation.
This applies to transit service throughout Western Massachusetts. And Western Mass News reporter Olivia Hickey joins us live in Greenfield with more.
Chris Nabby, Governor Maura Healey announcing that $30 million in funding a short time ago. $10 million of it is coming right here to Western Mass. That breakdown right now available on your screen. The Pioneer Valley Transit Authority will receive over $9.5 million. The Berkshire Regional Transit Authority is getting nearly $700,000, with over $218,000 going to the Franklin Regional Transit Authority. Western Mass News had the chance to speak directly with the governor today. She tells us public transportation ridership across the state has only increased, with fares taken out of the picture.
It was increased 45% this year just with the summer fare free program, and that's great. You know, it's no good if you can't use it, and if you can't afford it, you can't use it.
Meanwhile, Greenfield Mayor Ginny DeShorger says investing in resources like transportation improves the overall quality of life for residents.
People live further apart here. We have a lot of people that are economically challenged. So to be having free transportation on weekends, Saturdays, and evenings for folks to be able to get downtown, to buy their groceries, to do their shopping, and to be able to get back, we're so grateful.
The funding for the free fares was included in the 2025 fiscal budget that Governor Healey signed off on this past July. Reporting live in Greenfield for Western Mass News, I'm Olivia Hickey.
Olivia, thank you for that live report. Western Mass News is your election authority. Nadia Miller.